It's here, the golden hues of fall, the cool temperatures, but it also means that toxic scents, closed up houses, candles are here too. The combination is extremely toxic to not only your home, but your health too. But what if I were to tell you there's a better way to make your whole house cozy and feel like fall without the added toxins or burden to your body? After all, doesn't the idea of a home that can actually support your body's natural healing process sound just like a dream? The truth is that it's not actually that hard to do in your own home. You just have to know how to do it and what to watch for. So come along with me as we make your home cozy and fall-like, but in a less toxic, healthy way. I'm Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with our weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and wellness. One that doesn't burden your body down, but actually supports the healing process. And this week, we are talking all things fall, how to make your home cozy, smell good, and feel like the environment that we all envision when we're watching those fall movies or we're seeing the leaves outside. But we're gonna do it in a really healthy way, and we're also going to prevent some of the big issues that come up in fall in your own home. So my kids love when we start decorating for fall, and over the years, I've collected fall ideas that I reuse every year, as well as some low toxin items that we use to decorate our home. I'm really big on bringing nature indoors for this time of year because, to be honest, the nature is just so beautiful. So bringing in nature could look like bringing in pumpkins and gourds. These are biodegradable, they're naturally festive, and can be composted after the season. You just have to watch to make sure that they don't start growing mold in your home, as the temperature inside is obviously warmer than outside. You can also bring in dried flowers and grasses, so consider using dried wheat or lavender or eucalyptus for wreaths or table centerpieces. And then pine cones and acorns and branches. This is really fun to incorporate my kids in finding these things. We can collect them from our yard or a nature walk, and they're perfect for creating seasonal decor that can be reused year after year. I really try to avoid plastic when I am decorating my house. So instead I use ceramic, baskets, or other natural materials that won't bring microplastic toxins, phthalates, or other harmful chemicals into my space. And then I like to use eco-friendly fabric and natural fibers. So I opt for organic cotton or linen throw blankets and pillows in kind of those warm fall hues like orange, mustard, and burgundy. And you can also look for pillow covers made from natural toxin-free dyes. So one thing I want to be really cautious about in the fall is anything that I bring into my home that has a scent to it. There are scents added to so many materials and items during fall because everybody loves that cinnamony, warm smell, but we have to be careful and know just what is making this item fragranced. Is it natural essential oils? Is it chemicals? Is it a combination of both? So you have to be very diligent about reading labels. So one thing to be very wary of in the fall, like I said, is normal items that have scents added to them. And chances are they really aren't natural scents. So from candles to things like even pillows, they all kind of have that warm cinnamon scent. So I would be extra cautious about decor that you purchase because, to be honest, they aren't going to disclose what they use to make the product smell so good. I would avoid candles, plug-ins, sprays, and wax melts altogether if possible, and just know that you'll probably be walking into lots of homes and buildings that may have these scented items around, and that's why it's a great time to make sure that your house is clear of them. This allows your body more time to naturally detoxify. Another great opportunity that we have in the fall is to ventilate our homes and bring in usually drier, crisper air and get some of the toxic air out of our spaces. So depending on your location, opening windows and increasing ventilation in your space can be a great way to detox your house a little bit before winter. Just the simple act of opening the windows in your home will allow two things to happen. First, it's allowing toxins to disperse outside. Some of the toxins will still end up in the house, but allowing some to flow outside is still beneficial. And then the second thing that will happen is the indoor air air will become diluted with fresh outdoor air. Opening the windows, even for a small stretch of time, is also going to be extremely beneficial to the health of your air at home. And fall is a great time to do that, as there's just usually less humidity in the air, and generally the temperatures are cool but not frigid. So in addition to opening the windows, you can also run your whole house fan connected to your furnace or your air conditioner. When the heat or cooling system is on, it moves hot or cold air around. However, in the fall, it's a great time to turn off the furnace or air at your thermostat and simply run the fan option. This will help keep air moving and flowing throughout your house without adding a lot of energy consumption or bills in your pocket. By circulating air through the house, you allow the opportunity for the air pressure in the house to lower. So this actually means that your home won't be pulling in as many toxins from underneath the foundation. Now, if you live in an area where radon is prevalent, this is a great precaution to take. Moving air around your house will also help in terms of displacing concentrated levels of toxins. So when pairing the whole house fan with open windows or running vented fans, you will displace the toxins in your home to the outdoors. Okay, really quick. Did you know that you can work with me one-on-one starting next month? I have 10 spots open for my 6-week workshop where you and I will work one-on-one, healing your home to create a space that supports your body and your wellness. So healing in your home is all about giving your body the space it needs to naturally detoxify while adding elements that will help heal your body while healing your space. It's really less about remodeling or renovating your space and more about changing your day-to-day habits and the day-to-day items that you come in contact with. It is going to be so good, and I would love for you to snag one of the first and only 10 spots available. If you'd like the link for Healing in Your Home, my 6-week workshop, I have put it in the video description below for you. Once you sign up, you will be the first to know when those 10 spots open up next month. I cannot wait to see you there. We also want to pay attention to humidity levels in the fall. Now, typically the air is drier, but there are some areas around the world and around the country where fall is still very humid. It can be wet and rainy, and we don't want that to impact our indoor space. We want to keep that ideal humidity level between 35% and 40%, 45 at the highest, to prevent all kinds of toxins like VOCs and mold from taking hold in your space. So if you choose to open your windows, take extra care to keep an eye on your indoor humidity levels. Ideally, we want that 35 to 40% range, and by keeping your indoor climate in this range, you can minimize the risk of mold forming, you can reduce VOCs from off-gassing, and you can even reduce dust mites around your space. Sometimes fall can get rainy and wet, and so be careful about when you choose to open your windows. A home can quickly become humid inside, creating an unhealthy space. Some families may even need to utilize a dehumidifier during the fall, just as they would in the spring. And if your climate is dry in the fall, you can make sure that you bring in some moisture with either plants or a humidifier, but be sure that you're using these tools sparingly and in the safest way possible. One area that gets forgotten about all the time is the exterior of your home, and there's actually some really important things that you'll need to check to make sure that you're setting the inside of your home up for a really healthy fall. If you can shift your focus from the interior and start thinking about how the exterior will impact the interior, you can really take your healthy, healing space to the next level. The goal with the exterior is to make sure no water or moisture is being absorbed through the foundation walls or leaking through gaps and cracks. So here are a few of my healthy home ideas to kick off some home maintenance. First, check your gutters for leaves and debris and get that cleaned out. We want water to be flowing as far away from your house as possible, not overflowing the gutters. You will also want to notice the grading around the perimeter of your entire home. So make sure there's a slope away from your home in all spots, and make sure that the slope continues for 6 to 10 feet away from your home. You'll also want to repair any worn trim that could be allowing moisture into your space. And then finally, look for gaps in trim, in siding, or flashing that could allow moisture into your space. This is usually going to show up around windows, doors, or roof lines. So last but not least, the best thing you can do in the fall is start to prepare for the winter months. Now, if you live in the Midwest like I do, you will be expecting snow and ice and different types of moisture around your space, and it's very important to prepare your home for what's coming. Oftentimes in the fall, we start to cover plants that need extra care, winterize outdoor plumbing, and we get our homes ready for the cold months ahead. Making sure you take care of these things in the fall is a good idea to prevent problems that can arise from an unexpected turn in weather. You can also prepare by making sure your winter supplies are stocked. So think shovels, sidewalk salt, or sand. And the most important fall idea here is to keep water and snow away from your foundation in any way you can. So on the blog this week, I am sharing with you my maintenance schedule for fall. You can download this for free. I have the link for this week's blog post in the video description, and so you can get all of the downloads and more information on what I talked about here in the blog post. So fall is such a great time to do a mini detox to your space, get it all ready before we close up for the winter. I hope you can take at least one thing away from this week's video and apply it in your own space. I would love if you would subscribe to my channel, like this video if it was helpful, and I will be back again next week with another healthy house tip on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness.